Hello again from Treasure Coast Rowing. This is the Novice 8 with non-novice people in it, actually with one non-novice person in the boat. And we're going to look at some long-distance rowing, what we like to call Lochs or the Nessy workout. It's a mixed boat from freshmen all the way to seniors, with only one real experienced rower in there. And start here with the slow-mo. We can see that this video should well be entitled Catch and Release Timing. The catch and release timing, especially on port side, definitely needs some work, so I want you boys, if you guys are watching this, to keep an eye on this. See, that was just an oddball stroke, but the boat set has a lot to do with the catch timing when you get your oars in the water and when your oars come out of the water. Dave's just a little bit behind, and somewhat routinely a little bit behind, and mostly because his stroke is a little bit longer, so Dave, you may want to consider shortening your stroke to match other people just for the purposes of keeping the boat set. And as we discussed on the water, your oar height is higher than others, so you want to get your hands a little, not quite as low. That's actually better there, but often your oar is a little higher, especially when you square up. So when you square up, try not to drop your hands and point them towards the gunnels. Try to reach out at the catch. You'll find that your oar doesn't quite skies quite as high, and the catch timing on that side of the boat will be a little better. But also, this is in super slow motion, so you'll notice the issue. It's a much easier scene when you're in super slow motion. Slow motion, we're looking at starboard side now, and their catch timing is actually pretty tight. Everybody's in good order. Everybody's about the same length in their stroke, but Joe and Corey have a tendency to bounce their oars along the water and square up a little later than the others in the bow of the boat. But the catch timing's there. Release timing isn't quite there because the difference is in length. And that's easier to deal with than catch timing. Catch timing is really important when everybody applies that power to get that boat moving efficiently, and then let it send away. But starboard side was doing quite well with both catch and release timing. If you really pay attention and look closely, Colin, you're still leaning away from your riggers, and you see that your left shoulder's pushing way out to the side of the boat, especially when the boat does a big dip. You'll see that it's even more significant. But we spoke about that, and this is later on the road, on the way back. So you definitely made corrections along the way. Otherwise, I don't have too many complaints. I'd like to see a little bit earlier roll up there, Joe and Corey, and get those oars off the water. You see them bouncing along the surface of the water. So we can have some quiet rowing without that extra skipping sound. Plus, that any kind of skip, any kind of resistance slows you down, even minusculely. All right, this is early on, and you guys heading out, so see the difference between what you look like when you're a little more tired and when you're heading out. This again is the starboard side, and pretty solid, but early on you can see that a much more pronounced lean to the outside with you coming. Then you guys also progressed with your catch timing, got even better as the day went on, which is interesting. Of course, it was a 17,000 meter piece. So let's look at port over here. We're just got combobulated still. 4 different catches, 4 different roll-ups, not in unison. It's something we're definitely going to work on. We got to get you guys rowing all together. The better we are at the catch and finish, the better the boat's going to be set, and the faster you guys get to move, and the least amount of resistance with moving your oars through the water and getting to the end of the racetrack. But all the criticism aside, you guys are progressing very rapidly and looking outstanding, and you make me proud every day of the week when you come out and you work hard.